Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to my channel. Just simple workouts. That's what I'm all about here. Thanks for stopping by. Tonight's going to be one of my favorites because it's just biceps. I am a pretty basic bro. I've said it before when it comes to working out. I like biceps. I like having big biceps, and I'm not ashamed of that. I do understand that it's people make fun of it a little bit sometimes, but it's okay. It's fun having big biceps. So, going to start out with warming up as always. I think it's really important to start with a low weight, warm up, make sure that you don't have any injuries or any hidden problems. There's always that like sneaky thing sometimes where you grab a weight that you're not really warmed up for, and man, it shouldn't hurt. For some reason, something pops or something goes the wrong way. So, all about avoiding that. So, I'm gonna grab the 10 pounds to warm up here. I will say this about having big arms is that it's really not that hard to do. At least for me. I know everybody's got like a natural somewhere where they're huge, easier than other people. My brother is just a natural six pack. Um, but for me, biceps, it's just pretty cut and dry. Like I never really get fancy. I don't do a bunch of like hammer curls and or pull downs or anything. Just pretty cut and dry bicep curl. Easy, and it works for me. And that's something that I encourage people to do is find something that's basic, you like doing, that works for you, that'll motivate you, you know, to get out and get after it. If every day it's a grind workout that you hate, it's very easy to lose motivation. At least every, in this case, 6 exercises, I get to do something I really like. All right, down with the tens, and we got the 20s. The cool thing about doing bicep curls, this actually goes for a lot of exercises, is if you ever look up like what the average guy can do or the average girl can do as far as lifting goes, it's not that much. You don't really have to do a lot of work in order to be better than the average guy, and especially with bicep curls. If you want to just have slightly better lifting strength as far as biceps goes, it's just not that hard to do. It's easy. It's very easy to get ahead of the curve on that one. think it's important to just, at least if you're starting out, shoot for just being a little bit better than average. It'll feel good. You get a nice confident boost, and it can take you to the next level to being, you know, maybe as good as the novices for lifting. And the big thing is knowing that it's just time. With time, there's a lot that you'll get done as far as muscle growth. I think one of the unfortunate sides that stalls people out when it comes to fitness is that thinking that they don't have time. They got to get the results within 3 months. So I was that 90-day turnaround. I'm going to be really in great shape in 90 days. And that's good. It's a good motivator. It can be a good start. I'm not knocking people that want to do 90-day challenges. Whatever works for you. But, it can also be a way that you get hurt. It can be a way to slow down your progress because you kill it for 90 days. And then what happens a lot, at least to me, is one, I hurt myself. Or two, I just stop. Like, I'm just tired. I'm tired of dieting. I'm tired of counting calories. I'm tired of hard workouts. And so I give myself, usually it's like, I'm going to take a week off. And that week turns into 2 weeks and 3 weeks and 4 weeks. And then you're almost right back to where you started. And it's super depressing. I try not to shoot for those challenges like that. Just a consistently getting better is the way I think works best for me. I used to work in a casino on the slot floor with all the slot machines, and people would come in and they would do all these crazy things. Like they would have an idea that some ritual they would do of how they tapped the screen, how they selected the buttons, how they pulled out their money, put their money back in, pressed some buttons again, rubbed the machine, have maybe a little troll with them or some little figurine or some ritual that they believed would make them lucky. And then they would look at you watching them do these things and yeah, I think this is how I really make the machine work for me, and I can lock in on the machine and make it spit out money for me. I never ever would say, you're wrong. That's nuts. Don't do it. Because I don't really know how luck works. And I kind of look at fitness the same way. I know there's some crazy things that people say or things that sound pretty crazy. And everyone's like, that's dumb, that's crazy, don't do that. But then you see them have some results. And I think a big side is do what you like fitness wise, do what gets you the results that you want. For me, it's doing pretty basic stuff. All right, done warming up. I'm gonna grab the 40-pound dumbbells. So last week, again, coming back after being off for 2 months, did not do really great with the 40-pounders. Going to try again. Try not to utterly embarrass myself on here, especially since I've been talking about how much I love biceps. I'd like to be able to put on a good show for you and for me, for the world. So here we go. Let's tackle this again. Hopefully better. Fingers crossed. Let's go. All right, that's 5. That's 3 or 2 better than last week. That's half of the set that I want. I want to be able to hit 10. So 5 is halfway there. Ideally, with any level of workout that I'm at, or the top, I always want to be able to do 3 sets of 10, and then that's when I crank up the weight. My wrist is a little sore. Let me give it 30 seconds and then jump back on it. I do like to try and keep my time between sets from 30 to a minute, 30 seconds to a minute. I don't like to have a long break or extended breaks. I like to hit it hard. I like to try and fatigue myself. And that's the way it goes. All right. All right, that's 4. So I've done 5, 4. Last week I could only do 3, 3, and 1. So 5, 4 is an improvement. Take it. I'm gonna go for another set. One more, because I love to be humiliated by these weights. It's good. Again, just another reminder of why not to take off. In my defense, if you haven't heard me give my excuses for being off for 2 months, it's simply this. I was sick for 2 weeks, like really sick. And then right after that, we were moving into a new house. So juggling that, fixing things in the new house, getting the new house ready. And now I'm in the dark. So as I was saying, fixing stuff, getting the new house ready, getting everything settled in, getting the kids all squared away before I could come out and get my gym set up and not have, my wife be irritated with me. So you gotta put family first. That's the big thing. All right, that's 3. All right, we put these down. And go down to 30 pounds. Working on the 30s. It is nice and warm in this garage. Tell you what we're dealing with tonight. Hey, it's cooler than last night. It's 86 degrees in here, so it's not too bad. Be able to get a good sweat going though. That's nice. I can't afford a sauna, so having a hot garage is as close as I'm gonna get for now. I would love to have a sauna someday. Ooh. But I am blessed. This new house we have, the garage is nice and completed. So that's a huge change from my previous house. And we have a swimming pool. So I'm super stoked on that. You gotta appreciate the blessings you have. So I don't have a sauna, but it's okay. I do have a lot of good things. A lot of blessings, thankfully. Thank God. It's been hard. I'm gonna give myself another 30 seconds. Thirty seconds. Take some breaths. Get remotivated to keep doing these sets of 10. Make sure I focus on my form. All right. A little rocking there. I give myself a full minute this time. So last week, when I got done with the 40s, I did do 3 sets of 10 with the 30 pounds. So that was the third set of 10 there. I want to try and knock out another set of 10. We'll see how it goes. But if I do get better than a set of 6, then I'm winning. Still. As long as I can get past 6. My form's getting a little shaky, so I want to make sure I dial that in properly. All right, that's 7. If I had gone for 8, it would have been a big hip thrust to get to 8. So I'll say 7. And there's only so much cheating I can allow myself as far as going a little bit of a wobble. But once I start doing the hip thrust, it's like, nope, that's it. It's not the hip thrusting to get it up. This is not supposed to be a full body workout. All right, that's 6. That's 2 better than last week. So last week I did 3 sets of 10, 1 set of 6, 1 set of 4. This time I managed 3 sets of 10, 1 set of 7, 1 set of 5. Nope, wait. 1 set of 6. That's why I write things down, because I forget. So, feel good. Feel good about that. Small improvements. You know. Now we're gonna grab the 20s and have some fun. I have this idea of being able to continually be able to like lift my kids up as they're getting older, and I can still carry both of them. It's super fun when they're like downstairs and it's time for bed and I tell them bedtime, and one of them will have an excuse for why I got to carry them up the stairs, and of course because I'm carrying one of them, the other one wants to jump on, so I got to take 100 pounds worth of kids up the stairs. I'd like to keep doing that. I'd like to, as they get heavier, still be able to carry both my kids. And not just for fun, but like if we're ever in an emergency situation, I want to know that I can get them out of it. And that's important. That's important to me as a dad. There was this time where there was an earthquake at our house, and both of my kids were in high chairs, and it was like the sliding glass door was open, like it was right there. So I was able just to pick them both up and get out of the house like right away. Everything was fine. It wasn't that major of an earthquake. Nothing broke, no one got hurt, but was a good feeling to know I could pick them up. And I was like, I really always want to be able to do this. I always want to be able to pick them both up and get them to safety. I mean, that's a huge motivator for me to stay in shape is, be able to take care of my kids, and then two, be able to play with them, be able to do sports with them. And if I don't nail it now, if I don't get myself into a better condition by the time my kids are in high school, it's gonna, it'll be really rough. So gotta do it now. Yeah, and it's those the things that help me work out, and hopefully could help you work out, is having a lot of motivation and having what's important to you, and deciding why it's important. And I think one of the things that can hurt dads and moms is that when you're younger, some of the motivation to get into shape is to attract a good mate. But then you get that mate, you both are happy, you're in love, you eat, you put on weight, maybe you get a more serious job or all sorts of circumstances. You get out of shape, the kids come, and man, like a good motivator to get back into shape is just being able to take care of your kids and be a responsible parent. Very important for me that my kids grow up strong and being able to take care of themselves. And the best way I know to get them to do that is by setting that example myself. Exercising, them seeing me exercise, them seeing me be strong, and especially, when they look at other parents that aren't doing the same thing or the same way, and kind of how, we all, or how I'm treated versus how they treat other people, like other parents, and the response that is given to me, will help them want to be strong and be safe and secure. My mom, my mom and dad were Marines, so it was easy as a kid to admire their strength and to want that for myself. And I want my kids to feel that same way. All right, I'm gonna do one more set of 10 with the 20s, and that's gonna be it for tonight. And that will put me, one more set over last week. So I'm winning. I'm nailing it, guys. I'm gonna get back to an area where you guys can be proud of me. Where I can be proud of me. Where my kids can be proud of me. And hopefully where my wife can be proud of me. All right, that is it. That is the total workout. Feel good. Happy with it. Looking forward to doing better with the 40s. I'll get there. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching. I hope that you find some motivation in it, whether you are a dad like me or a mom, or you don't have kids, but you want to get in shape. Big thing is just get after it, get it done. If you haven't worked out before, all these things, again, they're basic. Lifting dumbbells, you don't get more basic than that. And you do see results pretty fast with lifting biceps or lifting, doing bicep curls. That's why a lot of people like them. Like a lot of people that work out like doing their biceps, because it's a place where it's like, oh, awesome, it's looking better. My t-shirts are stretching out around my arms more. It's a nice feeling. So I hope you find something that works good for you. And thank you for, again, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. God bless you. If you could give me a like, a comment, engage with me, I'd appreciate it. I love seeing people comment. And yeah, thank you.